A six-member expert committee, constituted by the Supreme Court in the Hindenburg-Adani allegations case and headed by former Supreme Court Judge Justice A.M. Sapre, said that the Securities and Exchange Board of India has drawn a blank and is in a chicken-and-egg situation in its investigation into the ownership of 13 overseas entities, including 12 foreign portfolio investors, FPIs. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, on Friday decided to withdraw 2000 rupee denomination banknotes from circulation in pursuance of its clean note policy. However, the 2000 rupee notes will continue to be legal tender. In Vaiti, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called India's attendance particularly meaningful this year. While Mr. Modi was referring specifically to India's G20 presidency and aligning the G20 agenda with Japan's agenda for the G7 summit is key, there are other reasons for India's presence to stand out at the conversations this weekend. Japan, as host, has taken a fairly tough position on Russia, with its envoy to India saying that the message to Putin must be that Russia will have to pay for its war in Ukraine. Bhopal has become the first city in India to join the growing global movement on localization of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, following the release of its Voluntary Local Review, VLR. In 2015, the 193 member states of the United Nations adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which consists of 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets as a plan of action for people, the planet, and prosperity. Days after saying the European Union, EU, had to curb the import of refined petroleum products from India, the EU's top foreign affairs and security official, Josep Borrell, suggested that EU entities buying refined products from India were primarily accountable for the leakage of Russian oil-based products into the EU. The government on Friday walked back its plan to levy a 20% tax on overseas credit card spending from 1st July, in the face of a furor among taxpayers and businesses, and decided to exempt any payments by an individual using their international debit or credit cards up to 7 lakh rupees per financial year from the levy. The government on Friday proposed changes to the angel tax introduced in the budget on startup investments from non-resident investors at a premium over their fair market value, FMV, and said investors like banks, insurers, sovereign wealth funds and SEBI-registered FPIs may be exempt from the tax.